Lines are drawn with this marker and all stick within. よくわからん。じゃあ、黄色でいいや。次の項目行きましょう。Programming assignment quiz. Do prize assignment first. せっかくだから、Ask Extreme Map オフラインでやってる。これを切るとオンライン、最新のやつがあるから、最新のやつを実行すると。来た。この辺でいくつか実習を置いてるのがある。4点。69曲。結構深いなぁ。って感じに表示。Ben, I see there's this word. Human should be bit about this. What is this? It might be. うん。こういう風にやって、1個しか表示されない。インフルエンスです。何まだ、地図をクリックすると、ですも消えちゃうんだよね。ちょっと待って。でもまだか。うん、ここら辺はできるように。うん。ここは全部聞いちゃダメなのね。そうすると、戻って、もうアサインメントを多くする。
All right, as you know, in this part of the project, you'll be adding code to respond to mouse clicks and mouse hovers. So let's take a look at what you need to do to make that happen. So here's the project write-up, and I'll walk you through it a little bit and talk about the starter code. So what you're going to do is, of course, you want your documentation pages open for the Unfolding Maps Java doc and the processing reference. And the first thing to do is just to find the starter code that's in Module 5. And again, we provide you with code that essentially implements the Module 4 functionality. Then you're actually going to, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to be changing the class hierarchy. And so in order to do that, do the step 2 here, you're going to modify the header in city marker so that it extends this new class called common marker instead of simple point marker. And then we're going to ask you to draw the UML diagram for the new class hierarchy. And part of your reflection and what we'll ask you about is why we made those changes and what changes we made to the class hierarchy. So spend some time really understanding the new code and the new class hierarchy. And when you do this change, you're going to get a compile error. So right here, you'll see a compile error in city marker. And we ask you to figure out why that compile error occurred and how you can fix it. And we've got some hints here and then a little description of what's really going on. All right, so then you're ready to start coding. And in order to add this interaction, you're going to be implementing 2 methods in Earthquake City Map. One is mouse moved and the other is mouse clicked. And both of those have a little bit of starter code in them, and you'll be implementing them to some degree. So the first thing you're going to do is implement this select if hover helper method, and that's called from the mouse moved method. So let's go over here to the starter code to understand what's really going on here. So in Earthquake City Map, that's where you'll find that select marker if hover method. So it's down here. And as I mentioned, it's called up here from this mouse moved method. And really the goal of select marker if hover is to set the is selected to true on that marker that's under the cursor, and to only do it for one marker at a time. So the goal of the select marker if hover is to iterate basically through all the markers and see if they are under the mouse cursor at the moment, that mouse X and mouse Y. And if they are, then for the first one you find, you'll set that marker to be selected. So how does that result in displaying the title that you see next to the marker when you hover over a marker? Well, to understand that, we need to go over here into the common marker class and look at its draw method. So if we go down here to the draw method, you can see that there's some logic here that basically says if that marker is selected, then you're going to show the title. And show title is a method that you're going to write as well to display that text next to the method. So that's how this all comes together. In Earthquake City Map, we have this mouse clicked method, or sorry, not mouse clicked, we have this mouse moved method that basically clears the last selection and then finds if another marker has been selected. And again, just be careful to only ever have one marker be selected at a time. That's a little bit tricky. There are some hints in the project write-up. So that's what you have to do to get the hover functionality working. Going back to the project description, the next thing you'll want to do is to implement that show title method. That's what, as we saw, is going to actually be drawing the text next to the earthquake marker. And you will have to look into that text method in the processing library using the processing documentation that you've seen in some of the support videos to understand how to display text next to each marker. You'll just be using those processing drawing methods. All right, and then once you have your show title method working, you should see your mouse actually causing those titles to appear if your select marker if hover method and your show title method are both working. So you'll want to test that out. The next piece is to implement the mouse clicked method in the Earthquake City Map so that your your earthquake markers and your city markers respond to clicks. And you can read the text here about what that's supposed to do. And then there are some hints about how to implement that. But to show you where this all is in the code, we can go down right here to the second to do item and just look at where you're going to put your code that handles mouse clicks. This is not a totally trivial method, and you'll want some helper methods to keep mouse click from getting too long or disorganized. But essentially, you need to iterate through the earthquake markers and the city markers, see if any have been clicked, and then if they have, you'll need to do some additional iteration to hide the markers that aren't supposed to be displayed, or to show the markers that are supposed to be displayed at any given point. Again, one thing to note about the common marker, since all of these are common markers, is
also Quick marker. Item quick marker. まあ、いいか、こう。マーク。数だ。そっか。ブーリ。ズ。で、これやったら、ID こう。で、どうしたいってことをチェックして。同じように。することは一緒。ただし、サイドマーカー。この場合、is 入る。ダッシュなければ、3回。シンプルになって。こうやる。おかしい。ブーリアン is 入るといく。入るイコール、トゥル。アンラストクリック。ゴール。トゥル。消えない。芯の方は消えるな。いや、いいのか。都市をクリックすると、都市だけ残る。クリックです。動きとしては正しい。スローでテストの方を課題の再開で。ダメやな。これは違う。これはバースクメイクス。どうだろう。 これで実行して、で、取る。で、all aspects entities are displayed. 当然これを動かないのはいいとして、if all other cities are displayed, when you click a city, all other cities and all aspects display. なるほど。こういうふうに近い場合は残るんだ。いや、残らないのかな。全部残るようにしてるんだから、これでいいやつだ。Select the class that the direct subclasses of common markers in Module 5. スクリプトしてみます。Because the bug in the starter code when you module mark on that bug in the starter code when you module mark extend the mark. What common function does common marker embed this? ドロクリックとドローンだよな。What common function 共通機能 does common marker? サブクラスに移行する機能はどれか。A は、What function is inherit subclasses provided and used in the 状態と。That が these by magic master which use the main values of table class need by ask where in which classes is the code that accelerated to the test level. To the Steam markers and the ask marker 実際にテキストレベルを使ったものは、マーカーを書いたの、アースクエイクマップ。アースクエイクマーカー。The following code, which might be used as helper method to ask cities for マーカーいるけども、こんなめんどくさいことやってない。アースクリタ。マーカーしてマーカーがいるけど、 アーカイディストも使えるはずだ。連載で言うとヒドンシティ。いや、ダッシュ負けての裏なし。インプレッシャスインティブハイヤーコードハンドルズ。マスクついてる。able to scale down using a way technical person with unfamiliar with U code can understand 片付き。そう、説明しようか。チェック。マウスクリックとこだもんな。シンプルだよね。OK。if マウスクリック。is ただ、get it。ナイス。うん。うんか、 あ、くらい、あ、How long does you spend this program assignment to the nearest 大体2時間半。いや、とりあえずだな。なるほど。and hours か。いいえ。お1個足りない？ Yes。Yes。正解。あ、ここ逆だ。アースクエクストップ、あアクティビティマップ。アットキーって書いてあるじゃん。もう一度食べます。Yes。これアースクエクだから、D マーク、アースクエイクマーク。あ、ダイレクトサブクラスだからいいの。アクス、これ。What can happen does come up by events voice. オンマーカーを、サブクラスのために実装している。セットクリック、フォローメソッド。やっぱりまさにそう。これは、A アップレットからインヘリットしているから、ここ。in which classes draws text level。アットキーケツから D マーカーとパースクエーなのね。これは、です。あ、to、あ、あ、ただ、これで、こう、 はい、これならいいでしょう。パテント。これで Java の実行がやったので、コングレスの作ります。よいしょ。全部やりました。アースクエイクス。これはコンマーカーだからエラーだ。アセットダブルズユードローメス。MML をダブルアプレート。そして安くてのに向かう。フィッシャーのフィッシュ、インマークス。マーカーのためにラベルは書いていた。クエスチョン7。これはノーマーカーや全部ケース。終了としてマークで、ここまで。なんと終わった。というわけで、この課題が終わったので、今回はここまでにします。では、今日はここまでです。ありがとうございました。
ディスコンネクト。